I have always believed the road to excess leads to the palace of wisdom. I got it bent all the way over here.
Please make your voice be heard.
I'm leaving society to move out to the country and smoke crystal meth with rednecks.
Maybe you have a differing opinion than us. Maybe we're completely wrong, and you are the one lone person in the world that is right.
That's why you're here tonight. Eventually, me and Dave Jarvis are going to Hollywood.
But guess what? Some of us are actually pretty friendly.
Yeah, but most of us suck.
Fine, upstanding young man. Fine, upstanding young man.
Smoke weed.
Yes, we may be nigh to destruction tonight, but we may not. Welcome to Blow Your Brains Out. We do this every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. right here, followed up with weekly concert calendar and Blow Your Brains Out radio. You too can participate by commenting in the chats. We'll bring it right up on the screen, and we will just take a little bit of our time to talk to you about your time and what you got going on tonight. All right, look to my right, as you will see, the one and only Ariel of Against All Odds. And yes, it's that mystical, mighty, fucking powerful motherfucker, Dave Jarvis.
All right. If I flip a coin, what are the chances of me getting head? Hello, Brainiacs. This is your weekly dose of Bosch and Flemshaw and Pumpernickel. Here we are, the podcast that's more effective than birth control pills. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy, but here's my wiener. Now touch it, lady. Or whatever Carly Rae said. Or like I said, do you come here often? Because I'm about to come here right now. Unfortunately, it looks like some Boy Scouts stumbled upon my little game of hide the ooze. Now the rest of you are implicated too. And anytime four Texans get into an Uber together without arguing, you know a robbery has just taken place. Luckily, I have a friend that used to work at the sperm bank, but he got fired for drinking on the job. I am so clever sometimes, even I don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. And here is today's clickbait. Spencer from Ice 9 Kills has announced the launch of a brand new brand called Pretty Evil. Designed to hold up under the strangest conditions, the collection includes makeup and hair care products that promises durability, intensity, and cruelty-free confidence. The debut includes Dye Liner, a rich, high-pigment eyeliner, liquid lipstick, goes on as a smooth liquid, dries to a comfortable matte finish. Welcome to Horrorwood Eyeshadow Palette, a universal eyeshadow, and Devil's Due Grim Grip, a high-hold, high-shine pomade that will keep you looking sharp through even the most violent of nights. So there you go, all you clown hookers out there. Maybe next season he'll come out with a tightening cream for your cavernous vagina. In local news, William Tierney is looking for a guitarist to pick up on a new group, punk, metal, rock, whatever works. He has a spot in Midlothian and Duncanville to jam, so hit up William Tierney or our good friend Alexander Sin if you are interested. All right, now it's time for what we all came here to see, hardcore nudity. With that, please welcome to the stage Mr. Mason Adams.
Yeah, take it off.
Hey.
What up, y'all?
Welcome to the show, sir.
I appreciate it.
I meant take yourself off mute. I'm just kidding.
Am I was about to say, am I not off mute yet?
No, you're good.
Okay, good. What up? How's it going?
Welcome, sir. You can check out Mason at masonadamsproject.com. And there's going to be a underlying theme here tonight because apparently every guest tonight is in need of an instrumentalist. Mason, in your case, you are in need of a keyboardist. Maybe out there in the wonderful world of Blow Your Brains Out land, there is a keyboardist just perfect for you.
Dude, thanks for the shout out and bringing that up in the public service announcement. Yes, Mason Adams Project is looking for a keyboard player.
If I could play keys, I'd help you, brother.
Appreciate that. We've had a lot of those, actually.
Yeah. It's funny. I'm trying to teach myself instead of just plunking around. And there's I don't know if you've seen it on Duolingo. There's a music section, and you can actually learn piano on there. But obviously, it's only a few keys.
Sure. No, I hadn't seen that. That's
Go
cool,
learn
though.
piano.
Keep going.
Keep going.
Heavy metal piano.
All right. So you have been busy. Apparently, you've had recent shows at Life's Good Bar and Grill and Dallas Hemp Company. How were some of those shows?
Those were great. You know, for what it's worth, the full band, I guess, has been, you know, just on a brief hiatus. We've gone through the departure of drummer and the bass player, to whom we've already kind of gone through an audition process, and now we've replaced those two. You know, originally we had a mandolin player in that 5 spot, and we made that switch, you know, a couple of years ago. We had a couple of different keys players, and so we've played some shows as a 4-piece. We're good doing that. This rhythm section is new, and so we're working up the material with the new guys. We're good to keep going and push forward as a 4-piece ultimately, but we do want that key spot to get filled soon also. But yeah, so I've been playing these acoustic shows, which are really good. These ones last weekend were also really good. You know, it gives me an opportunity to dust off some songs that I haven't played in a while, play new songs, you know, that nobody's heard, not even the band has heard. You know, and it's good. They tend to turn into a marathon thing, right? Especially if you're talking about you're up there by yourself for an extended time, and but it makes you work, and it makes you a better musician. And what I like about those places especially is that they let me play my stuff. And so even at a Mason Adams solo show, it's still going to be 90% original, 10%.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I'm proud that I have a catalog of songs that allows me to, mostly if I'm doing one of those long things, like, you know, it's still most of my songs that I'm playing. Yeah, I'm really not into being the corner guy in the corner type deal. If people want cover pop heavy stuff, I don't do that, and so I won't take those gigs. You know, usually when people ask me to do a solo thing, I'm like, well, I'm going to be playing most of my songs. Is that okay? And you know, that's cool. Then we move forward. So yeah, no, it's been great. I'm thankful for the work. Thankful to get out there and play, even in this period where the full band's not out doing it.
That's nice. It's nice when a place does let you play your originals, because some places are like, oh, I thought y'all just play cover songs.
Yeah.
I mean, we can, but we don't.
Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
You got a license for that?
Yeah.
We could also be shut down.
Yeah, even the full band, you know, it's when you come to the show, it's a map show. We're not trying to, you know, cover anybody really. You know, most of them, you know, especially if we're a support act or we're the middle or something, we're not going to play any cover tunes. if we do have a longer set or something like that, we might slip for it.
Well, all right, everybody, you're looking at the Mason Adams Project website there. Everybody go raid that website, check it out, see what Mason Adams is all about. We've posted both the website address and the Facebook to the comments. So there you go. Everybody get active in the comments. Let's have a blast tonight.
You know, Ariel is currently trying to learn her new bass player some licks and some tricks. How has that process been going, Ariel?
Oh, our bass player.
Yeah.
He's great. I love him so much. I call him E. His name is Elliot. He also plays guitar. He's very handy, interchangeable. I love it. It adds like a whole nother dimension to our game. Speaking of mandolin, my guitarist can play mandolin.
Sure, I can't wait to hear the new bass player.
Yeah, usually once guitar players get really good, then they're like, what else can I do? And it's usually mandolin for some reason after that.
We did a song for
Or bass.
We did do y'all remember the movie Brave? It's a Disney movie.
Yeah, I know.
There's a song in there that has a mandolin. We did that.
Cool.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Shout out hedonistic.
Hey, Ray.
Ray, what up?
Yeah, punk rock.
Well, Neeson is not only here on a diplomatic visa, but he's also here to share his experiences. Most notably, you have recently played at the new Hangar Bar in Greenville. We've been seeing a lot of our friends hooked up on shows over there, but we haven't heard back. How is the venue?
So the venue's great, and Johnny's doing a good job over there. I don't know about their house PA as much. When I played over there, Jacob Zaz brought the PA and ran sound. The room it's cool. It's small, but it's a good stage that's elevated, and it was a good sounding room. It's a pull hall, for what it's worth. But there was a good built-in crowd there that night. It's in kind of a weird spot, just in Greenville, over off the service road, like off 30 service road. And so I would say that's the only kind of thing, is just its location is just a little weird. But no, everybody was very friendly there. Place was cool. Definitely bands should
Go check it
start
out.
playing in Greenville over there. Yeah, definitely.
It's funny. We're playing there on April 19th.
Sweet.
That's good to hear.
Very nice.
That's good. That it's a good venue.
Yeah, they're doing a good
job. Is there anything anybody should know about this venue? Is it tough to park? No,
the parking's great.
People friendly.
The parking lot was great. The people were friendly. I didn't have any trouble over there.
Do they serve food?
They do, and I think the food is supposed to. Did they have food? I want to remember that they had food and that it was good, but I could have been fabricating that. I've been kind of on this not on this eat like greasy food and bar food. Not that their food was greasy, but I've been kind of on a watch my diet thing. And so that would have fallen like right in line where I'm like, I don't really want to eat anything right now, or see what's going to tempt me to eat. So I don't know. I want to say that I heard rave reviews, but also I could be a liar on this. Don't hold me to it.
Don't you lie to me.
Yeah, don't hold me to it.
I'm very food motivated. That's why I asked.
Well, I am glad that the parking is, easy peasy. Because I found places like like Reno's or the Bomb Factory. Their parking situation is a little difficult, if you don't know exactly how to do it.
Yeah, and if you play there, you have to pay for your own parking.
Yeah, that whole Deep Ellum, playing in Deep Ellum is an animal.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
Ariel, did you know that I can run a banner across the bottom to remind everybody about your show coming up?
Oh, that's so dope.
That is cool.
Hey guys,
Let's go.
Breaking news. Check out the bottom of that. It's a headline when it's not a tornado warning. It's a show warning.
Nice.
Don't
But
freak
we
out.
might have one of those.
I know. Our
I
power's
need to
been
create one that's a
flickering.
warning.
It's okay.
Oh, man.
It'll be all right.
Now,
Like put a little alarm sound effect up and hit the banner. Warning, warning. You better get out and have a good time at this fucking show.
Facts.
it's headed right for us. It's already here. So, I'm curious. Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you work for the bomb factory?
No, I mean, like, not currently. I had been on the staff there. It's been years. It's been years now, like almost a decade probably going on. But yeah, I have worked there on the staff, and then also filled in at Deep Ellum Art Company. Security and floor staff and door and stuff like that at times.
Did you enjoy it?
Oh, I mean, I'm a live music junkie, and so just to be around that, at the time and be able to
Right.
see shows for virtually free and nothing, and be a part of it is super cool. I've got a youngin now. I've got one older child, and then I've got a youngin, and so my being out working at shows and stuff like that is a little bit different. But I'm a school teacher, and I've taught school for a long time too. And so by day I'm a school teacher, by night struggling musician.
I feel that. What do you teach?
So my background is mostly in business, and I have taught business courses at the high school level, but for the last, 7 years, I've worked in special ed for a high school.
Oh man, that's tough.
So,
SPED is hard.
Yeah, my mom was a special education teacher, mostly life skills, for about 40 years. So I think it was kind of just in my blood a little bit, and it's definitely the most rewarding job, gig, career, side that whatever, I've done, it's the best.
I love that for you. I'm a dental hygienist by day.
So I'm not like a pimple popper person or a cleaning teeth person, but I was at the dentist recently, and I somewhat was satisfied by that. And I told my dental hygienist, I was like, "This is like mildly satisfying right now. You cleaning my teeth," and she was like, "It's awesome."
It is so great, and it's funny. I think I see like a lot of blood in a day, like a lot of blood and disgusting things. And I always wonder, I'm like, what's wrong with me? I'm like, oh, that's right, like. But it is very satisfying. I had a deep cleaning today, and it was like, oh, so much blood. It was great. I mean, it wasn't great for them. Yeah. But I appreciate that you go to the dentist.
Yeah, I got to keep up with the dental. I didn't for a long time, but so
Shame.
now I'm like old and trying to adult most of the time.
So when you're not playing or teaching, like what kind of activities excite you or revive your creative juices?
Fishing. That's for the longest. I mean, fishing is and always has been my therapy in a sense, I guess, in a way, and my be able to get away and relax. And so I do a lot of fishing in my spare time. I just like to be outdoors, camping.
Where do you go?
So we are pretty lucky, in DFW there's lots of bodies of water and stuff. Last Sunday I had the opportunity to go fish Lake Bodark up in Fannin County, which is the first new reservoir in Texas in 30 years.
Oh wow, I did not know that.
It just opened, like it's been open maybe a year now or so. And it's a great little lake. You know, it's a North Texas water management thing. So the water goes to here, to Dallas, to Garland, to everywhere, you know, to help residents with water. But it's full on recreational boating, fishing, and they did a lot of good fish stocking. But besides that, you know, Ray Hubbard is over here, not too far from me. Also, the creeks are good. I've been kind of picking up this fly rod thing where you can fish in shallower water, and so I've been trying to figure that out a little bit on the side. But yeah, besides music and, you know, being a dad and these things, like fishing is my other passion.
Fishing's fun. I used to go fishing all the time with my grandpa. I'm not allowed to hook my own bait or take my own fish off. I've had too many accidents. So I'm no longer allowed to do any of those things, at least not unsupervised. And I loved it because he lived off the coast down in Port Aransas. And
Cool.
so
Yeah.
it was so much fun.
There's great fishing in Florida.
Yeah. I loved it. And then sometimes we'd fish at night off the dock, and that was a lot of fun. And then you could see all the cabbage head jellyfish. Those are scary looking. They're everywhere.
I haven't seen cabbage. I don't know that I know cabbage head jellyfish. I
call them cabbage heads. They just look.
Oh, you just call them cabbage heads. I can see that. I can see that.
They're fun.
Do you go fishing alone, or you bring the kids, or you hang out with your homeboys?
Oh, I mean, all of the above. All of the above. Everybody goes now at this point. And, you know, a couple weekends ago, or last weekend, whenever that was, it was just me and, you know, an old fishing buddy, you know, which was great. Yeah, my wife, she also enjoys fishing now too. And she grew up in Colorado, and so she was like doing a lot of trout fishing and stuff. And so it's a little bit different coming down here and catching, you know, largemouth bass and stuff like that too. So she's definitely, you know, they say the tug is the drug, you know, and she's definitely getting hooked.
Hook, line, and sinker.
Hook, line, and sinker.
But
he set me up because he said a bunch of fish puns. I had to take it.
Oh yeah, I saw it before it left the ground. So
that's low hanging fruit.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. So in between these wide mouth bass that you're just waiting on, do song ideas just appear and you're just like, oh, I don't have a recorder, or okay, note to self, da 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 da.
Dude, that's a really good question. You know, not just even when fishing or whatever, but you know, I consider myself to be a pretty busy person. You know, I do quite a bit, and you know, I like staying busy and having people depend on me, and you know, those type of things. And so, you know, I don't find just a lot of time always to sit down and say, this is my creative space and this is my creative time. I do have that with my band every week. You know, that's just, you know, forever happened. You know, that's like built into the calendar. That's going to happen. But, you know, I'm such a multitasker that I write songs anywhere and everywhere and on the fly most of the time. Now, you know, and I do it now, it's all on my phone. And so if I get stuck on one, I'm literally just a swipe away from the next one or the next one or the next one. You know, my phone is just full of notes and voice notes and, you know, all the time. Now, you know, there's times where these things are coming more rapidly, or one tune or melody is more familiar, and maybe, you know, I can, you know, whatever, I've written a song in 5 minutes. Sometimes it takes me 6 months. you know, it comes in waves, and the creativity truly comes in waves, you know. And I have been pretty just vocal on social media about my experience with writer's block and like not being able to finish songs and these type of things. So you know, that's a goal of mine. Like I need to get to a point where I'm saying, you know, let me carve out this space to be creative. But also, I've done a lot. I completed a master's degree last year. You know,
Nice.
so you know, yeah, thank you. But I'm constantly doing stuff. You know, yeah, and you know, that's how I get most of the songs done. But I'm so happy because literally I just finished a song like a week or two ago that I have been working on for 6 months, and it's really cool. I won't give it all away or anything, but the whole song is a metaphor, and you think the guy is talking about looking for a woman, but he's really looking for a guitar. And it's got some really cool lines in it and stuff. So it's a cool one. And I've been working it up at home, and it's a tougher song for me to play and sing right now, just because it moves and it's got some hits in it and stuff that you have to just be on time with the vocal and stuff. And so I haven't, it's kind of been on the set list, just kind of glaring at me a little bit. Like this last weekend, I had, you know, not a set list, but a call list of tunes, you know, because I wanted to have some on the ready. And so I put that one on there knowing that it wasn't going to get played, but now it's on there. And so it's kind of staring me down like, hey, you need to work this one up and get it ready to go, you know. So I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm excited for you. Sometimes I wake up with a tune in my head, and I'm like, gotta get it out, gotta get it out.
Yeah, and you know, if you're somebody that works like that or works like me, like you just kind of have to know that you need to be mindful of those times also, right? Like now, it may be that what I do doesn't work for everybody or won't work for everybody all the time, but because I have found success in that format of songwriting, I am kind of intentional about taking those moments to stop and type that next line or stop and sing that melody or whatever, so that
finish
I capture
it.
that. You know, yeah, just whenever. So, you know, I mean, I don't, you know, it doesn't matter how you do it or when it gets done. You know, everybody can be so much different. Like, yes, maybe we can all use more time to be creative and for ourselves. But if it's also, if it's an active thing, you know, and you are still doing it, then, you know, that's all right. Everybody's got their own way.
Absolutely. Rick, do we have any fantastic Mason Adams songs in the queue?
All right, not quite queued. Give me just a minute, though.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. All right, so for those that are just joining in, Mason is an incredible auteur who is looking for a keyboard player. So if you're out there and you are somewhere within the DFW area, preferably more D than FW, please give him a shout out and check him out on masonadamsproject.com.
Mason, what's your dental office?
Oh, we just got a new one. It's Dentistry on brand dentistry. It's in Garland.
Okay. I practiced in Rockwell, and I was like, was that me being all weird?
No.
I mean, no weirder than usual.
I've had people come up to me before, like, I'll be out playing around Forney, and they'll be like, are you Ariel, my hygienist Ariel? Because there's not many Ariels, I guess, around Forney. And I have, like, I don't know if you guys have seen me, but I've had photos of myself, and I have like a mask, glasses, and a hat on, so you don't know what I look like. Like, my anonymity is sealed, and I love it. And I go, yep, that would be me. And I go, holy shit, I didn't know you sang. you sing so good at work. I didn't realize you were an actual singer. And I was like, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
Nice.
do you know my dental hygienist was singing a little bit too, and that was kind of the first time that I had experienced that. While she was cleaning my teeth, she was also singing.
That's funny. I sing nonstop. It's
Wonderful.
That's good. That's cool.
nonstop.
Yeah, man.
And
Absolutely.
I think I'm a comedian at work too. Like I get everybody rolling in the chair, and I'm like, why can't I just come up with this material all the time?
It's just the nitrous. You're not that funny.
Right? Nitrous ain't on. They do love me. They think I'm funny.
Keep coming back.
They do. They have no choice. Oh, they do, but love it. I thought you were going to ask me, do I know your hygienist? I was like, I might. I don't know. It's a small world.
I don't really know her. Like I said, it was the first time.
Well.
Hey, Ariel, let me know if you've heard this one before. So, an old lady went to visit her dentist, and when it was her turn, she sat in the chair, lowered her underpants, and raised her legs. And the dentist said, "Excuse me, miss, I'm not a gynecologist." And she goes, "I know, I want you to take my husband's teeth out."
Ha! That's funny. I've never heard of that one.
Take my husband's teeth out. Boy, he was munching hard.
That's hilarious.
Just
I
in
can't
time
share
for
that one
Jared
at
at
work,
Field
though.
House.
Yeah, don't.
What's
tell
up, Jared?
them.
Hey, Jared. Ooh, we got a whole
All right,
plethora
I have
of
a
music.
YouTube channel pulled up here, but I don't have an email with any MP3 song files.
Oh man.
Well, let's just play a video.
Play one.
Yeah, you can play a video.
Yeah, just play a video.
So, yeah, you can pick one of the tie-dye shirts. Those are solo things, or you could go find a full band video, whatever you want to do.
They all look so
What do you call
appetizing.
Man, these are kind of.
Yay.
Oh, there you go. That's perfect. Yeah, that's a studio shot.
Must have been during COVID.
Well, I've been wasting my time trying to find a reason why got to escape the confines of my mind and let go. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go. Been going out of my mind, still tripping over what's behind, yeah. No, I cannot rewind. Fast forward and I'm gone. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go. And when I unwind, service always starts without me. I'm looking for a good time. Don't let party start without me. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to go.
Yeah.
I like that. That was very good. That was some riverboat music right there.
Sweet, thank you, dude. Yeah, everybody, lots of people said that's our Blind Melon tune.
Oh, I could so see that being some
Yeah.
Blind Melon stuff. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you know, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I don't even fish, but that song makes me feel like fishing.
Yeah.
So, you know, like, I taught myself guitar. I didn't start to doing that. And I mean, it's been 10 years now, but till I was 28 years old. And so a little bit later in life. But, you know, within the first couple of years after teaching myself guitar, I had the band put together, and you know, it kind of snowballed. You know, this thing has kind of taken off pretty quick. And you know, at first, pretty much as soon as I could put 3 chords together, you know, I started writing my own songs. And like at first, everything was just coming out very kind of country and red dirt and Americana, you know, and especially with the guys that I had found that formed the original you know, Matt Mason Adams project, you know, we were very red dirt, had this country thing going, you know. Now, you know, it has evolved, you know, it's got more of an edge to it. I'm playing electric guitar, primarily now. So it's now 2 electric guitars versus an acoustic guitar and, you know, electric and a mandolin. And, you know, we're looking for that key spot, right? And so we call it hillbilly hippie funk. And it's basically genre blending rock and roll with an emphasis on improvisation. So I mean, you know, this is a Grateful Dead hat. You know, they're one of my all-time favorites. You know, most of my musical influences nowadays are jam bands, and I mostly listen to just like live soundboard recordings, you know, and so we're taking these, you know, good songs now, but we're starting to stretch them with jams, and we're, you know, jamming into a song, in the middle of a song, out of a song. We're starting to sieg different tunes, you know, out of one song and into another. You know, with the last bunch, we had played a palindrome set where we did a start a song, start a song, start a song, cover, finish a song, finish a song, finish a song, and that's like a 25-minute piece of music, you know. So
Brilliant.
it's yeah, thank you. It's you know, I'm not the one who came up with that, but we never play the same set list ever. We like to have the full catalog in and then be able to dabble and dip from those songs, you know, that we have in. And so we're getting really creative with the set list writing and everything. And we really want this grassroots following to come on this journey with us where, you can come to the show on Friday night and then you can come to the show on Saturday night and it's going to be a completely different experience, and so that's what we're trying to do now with this more improvised rock and roll.
Very friggin' awesome, man. Well, folks, it looks like we have some new friends on the panel.
All right.
Am I correct?
Hello, new friends. Hey, before we get
we
out
got
of here,
some new
notice
friends.
also on the panel here is the live show at Troy's in June the 13th for Mason Adams. Thank you for being here with us tonight, Mason.
Thank y'all so much.
Oh, you don't have to go.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, you don't have to go. I just want to, before we transition, I want to make sure I remind everyone to get out and see you play live and have a good time together with you.
Thanks, Sean.
Right. Yes, sir. Absolutely. Well, wait, I saw. Okay, there we go. I know we had two other people. Okay.
They somewhere.
Yeah, I know, right? But they're muted. Hello? Guys?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hello.
They are unmuted.
All right. Okay, very good. All right. Well, joining us on the panel, Donovan Knight and Thomas Cry from the, I'm assuming both y'all are from KUDU, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Okay.
waiting on more members to join, I believe.
Dope.
Very cool. All right. So, folks, KUDU is a death thrash band from Fort Worth. And much like our friend Mason Adams, is also in need of an instrumentalist. They are seeking a bassist. So if you're not a keyboardist out there, but you are watching the show and you are a bassist, this is your time to shine.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, you can check out KUDU's new single, dropped in January, I believe, Aztec Human Sacrifice. I believe it's on all the streaming sites. Is that correct?
Yeah. We also just released another one called, oh my goodness, Guard something. I don't. Yeah, I was about to say we just changed the name from it when we performed it on stage. It was we originally called it Doom Thrash, but we thought it was a little too on the nose.
Oh, I love the working titles.
Do you have the song Flies in the Fecal Matter?
Say again?
Do you have the song Flies in the Fecal?
No.
Okay, that's another band, sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. No, we have. I mean, I could probably count them on my hand. How many songs we have on Spotify? We haven't really done a huge bit of recording. We have started going a little more in depth on further. I guess I want to call it. I don't know how. I'm not really good on classifications, but really, I in my opinion, it'd be more of like a death metal-y kind of direction. A lot of our earlier stuff was like groove metal, I would say, or that, or kind of mimicked like earlier 90s thrash metal. But like with our newer stuff, we kind of fit in a little more groove here and there. And with our new vocalist Eric, oh my god, he is one of the best singers I've ever personally worked with. And I've worked with people, who can sing stuff like Johnny B. Good on key, on time, to like any Korn cover band, really. And Eric he's solid. If you guys haven't heard the song, I really recommend it.
Well, for those that are interested, KUDU is actually related to us, kind of, by a few degrees of separation, because their drummer is Metal Mike and Descent's drummer as well.
Yeah,
and
we have Descent, Metal Mike saying right here, KUDU, my dudes.
That's right. And Metal
like
Mike is our boy, our dog,
Homie Gito.
our teacher, our brother, our secret lover.
Maybe Dave's secret lover.
No, definitely Dave's secret lover.
Not no secret no more. Sorry, Mike.
That's fine. That's fine. You don't hide your love from me, whoever you are.
Oh, this is our
And
guitarist.
welcome,
What's
welcome to the party.
How's it going?
Oh, we're having a blast.
Hell
So,
yeah.
how is the search for a bassist? Do you have any prospective leads, or is it still just a stab in the dark?
So right now we do have a guy that we have practiced with a couple times. Well, actually just one time, but you know, everything sounded good. But you know, we've been getting really deep with our rhythm guitarist right now, just practicing with him a lot. And right now we do have our bassist that's still, you know, playing with us at the moment. So we're kind of right now just trying to, you know, see all of our options and figure out like, okay, like we need someone who's going to be as good, if not blow us out of the water. You know what I mean? From what we already have, you know what I mean? So it is a hard search, but
I could kiss you right now for saying that.
but you know what I mean though, right? You know, it's like one of those things you don't want to downgrade when you're trying to get a new member in the band, you know. So but yeah.
One thing that I advise on everybody auditioning, anybody, check their mental health.
Exactly. That's a huge thing that we learned in the past as well with past band members. So yeah.
And nobody ever reveals their situation until like they
Later
get comfortable with you.
Yeah.
Till they're on stage and say it out loud to a crowd of people.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, we've been there, done that for sure.
That's
Crazy.
funny. I have a song called Been There, Done That, and it's about a past bandmate.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, you deal with all types of people.
he was a great singer. I'm not gonna lie. His vocal range was pretty solid.
Yeah, we don't have to point anybody out.
Yeah, you just need a front man who's not gonna tell people to, you know, do that to themselves.
Yep.
So real, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're just waiting
Ariel's
on our
always
drummer.
telling her fans to do that to themselves.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't even know what he said, but I mean,
we're just not. It's just not a.
Right now, you just don't know.
Well, the thing is it was one of those things that there was a lot of context behind it that we knew that a lot of other people didn't know. You know what I mean? So that wasn't the only instance of anything like that. You know what I mean? So
I feel
we
everything that I
definitely
have to
had
say, I throw in my lyrics. So
yeah.
I think that's when we wrote Scott. Scott was Caden's lyric. Like that was the one that he wrote lyrics for, right?
I really don't know.
Yeah.
That would be
See, we
more of a
kind of
question for Graham.
we're an instrumentalist verse kind of band. We come up with the guitar riff kind of usually leads the song. It's got to be nasty. It's got to be mean. It's got to sound amazing, and then everything else kind of swoops in behind that.
priorities. I like it.
Yeah.
Well, and that brings us to the single Aztec Human Sacrifice. Tell us the story behind that song.
Eric would have the most to say about that one, yeah.
Nailing that one, all right. Nice. Well, I mean, it really just started from having just like an idea. We were working on a riff. We had some kind of style going, something heavier, something a little bit faster. I kept telling myself I want to write this song about something vulgar, something gory, something like old school death metal-esque. And I went through different ideas, you know, like zombies and the apocalypse and whatever. And just one day we were jamming. We were just out of practice, and it just like rung in my head: Aztec Human Sacrifice, Aztec Human Sacrifice. Every time we ran it, more ideas just kept filling in those gaps. And as the riff progressed and as the riff found more body and structure, I kind of filled in those gaps with different lyrics, different ideas. I did my research and found things that worked for the song, worked with the idea, worked with the theme. But it was a lot of fun to work on. I really enjoyed kind of taking ideas of history about Aztec culture and then kind of putting an exaggerated spin on it.
Yeah. So basically, it was a song that was meant to be.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I mean, that's basically what it ended up becoming. We had no idea what the song was going to be until eventually just, oh, this is Aztec Human Sacrifice now.
We have a hands-off vocal writing strategy where the vocalist just kind of gets to do what they want.
Yeah, I get locked into my cage and work on lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we have collaborated
Are y'all
for
in?
lyrics and stuff like that before. But...
Yeah, for sure.
Are
Austin would be like
y'all
the second.
inspired?
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. Oh, I was going to say, are y'all inspired by any Central American or South American bands? Did any of their sounds kind of infiltrate into this song, or your sound in general?
It's honestly, it's kind of hard to say. So, really, how I consider it is that the lyrics create like a story for the song, but it's got to fit like thematically for the instrumentals. So I mean, there wasn't really like we didn't sit down and talk about like, oh man, the poor Incas. Like I hope the Aztec, or we didn't sit around and talk about Aztec blood sacrifice, but that was kind of Eric's take on it. And there's a portion of the song towards the end. I can't remember exactly. It's just like it's really harsh, like squeal and a really slow walk up combined, and it kind of forms this like just big blasting sound. As I don't know, Eric, really it'd be you, man, with the Aztec or the death whistle, the skull whistle.
Yeah,
that's kind of what started it. Was the interest in that, right?
Well, kind of. So I guess going back to the original question. There is one band, I guess a song in particular that really inspired me to make this song. I found out about a Mexican band called Semican. They're they're a death metal band, but really thematically they're all about painting a picture about Aztec culture, ancient Mexican culture, warrior culture, the gods, rituals, and things like that. They have a song called Guerreros de Semicana, and it's kind of where I drew that inspiration because, like Thomas was saying, it paints a picture, and that's kind of how I saw it in my head. I had this grand vision for this song about an Aztec raiding party going out into a village, taking the people, committing them to sacrifice, and that originally wasn't something I knew a lot about. I ended up having to do a lot of research on my own to learn more about the culture, what certain things meant, who certain deities were, and all that knowledge kind of combined into what the song ended up becoming. But musically, I do kind of take inspiration from Max Cavalera, his singing style, Sepultura, Soulfly, Nail Bomb. He has a very strong, aggressive, kind of yelling, growly sound, and I do take inspiration from his power in that sense.
Hell yeah! Sorry to interrupt.
Man,
real quick.
you know.
Sorry, I just want to say Graham's here, by the way. He's in the chat or trying to get in.
Uh-oh.
Our drummer.
Well, come on in, Graham.
But
You know, somebody that would definitely dig y'all. I don't know if y'all have been introduced. Have you heard of Scriptorium magazine? They're based out of Katy, Texas, way down south.
Scriptorium
I haven't.
magazine.
No.
Alex runs
No?
that. We're in
Okay. Okay, cool. Because I was going to say, Alex, if you're listening and you haven't had KUDU on the show or on the in your wonderful publication, Scriptorium magazine, you definitely should, because these are definitely the kinds of bands that you enjoy and that we enjoy.
Hell yeah!
For sure.
Spreading the love, everybody.
Hell
Yeah.
Speaking of spreading the
have
love, yo, howdy everyone, the trespassers.
What's up?
What up?
Hey, trespassers. And hey, Mikey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you guys doing?
Much better.
I got my milk ready to go.
What are you doing with chocolate milk?
I'm not gonna lie. I like Mike without a mask on because now I can actually understand
I almost
what
wore my
he's
Freddy
saying.
Krueger mask. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that this round.
Not this round.
Soon.
And Graham, thank you for joining the show.
Appreciate it.
I've been talking to you mostly. Yes, sir.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
Absolutely. So yeah, we were just talking about the conquest for basis and the new single and the new single. Rick, I was wondering, do we have some kudu on hand? Maybe, possibly.
Did anyone email me? And if so, who did it come from?
It would have been from me. I'm pretty sure I did, but don't quote me on
That means no. That means it's still in the same thing.
Re-email it.
I can double check it actually.
Re-email it.
That poor email sitting in the drafts.
Just throw this in there. I think Kudu sounds like Slayer mixed with Sepultura mixed with badassness.
Yeah.
Badassness.
I love every word that you just used. However, I'm curious. What era Slayer and what era Sepultura?
Arise, Sepultura, and I don't know, Season Slayer.
Oh,
Aztec Human Sacrifice really reminds me of Slayer, like totally, like it's like oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah, there was definitely
That's a beautiful mix of bands right there.
Yeah, we definitely have our songs. Definitely are just based on our mood when we're writing. It's me and Graham usually when it comes to the instrumental stuff. Well, now it's really going to be me, Graham, and Donovan, our newest guitarist. But
hello.
Yeah, but it'll really like we just go based on how we feel. And that day we were just feeling those badass fucking chugging, Slayer type riffs. So that's kind of what we were going for. But it was
our first guest tonight, Mason Adams. He was talking about how he will sometimes get inspired by fishing. What kind of activities do y'all like to participate in that gets your creative juices flowing that aren't necessarily music related?
All that right there. Boxing, playing guitar with a stick.
Dude, that's such an old video. That's fun.
That's like teenager kudu.
They were still underage at that point.
Yeah.
Dude,
I love that punch in the face.
Yeah, that was the drunk kudu boxing night.
Yeah, y'all just send me any links to Outlaw Video TV. Any bands you want your music played, email song files under 30 megabytes to outlawvideotv@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, I checked. You should have gotten the email for I sent some stuff for our socials and Aztec as well.
From what's the kudu? Is it from the
No,
kudu
from my personal email.
Oh.
So it'll just be graham@cloud.
Oh shit, I know your last name.
Oh fuck. You should know it by now, Mike.
I know it. You gave it to everybody.
I don't
They're gonna
fucking
hit
care.
me down.
They can figure it out.
You made me start thinking, do I even know my bandmates' last names?
Oh.
But I do.
And addresses and sleeping schedules.
Actually, I know one address.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
You can hunt them
That's
down.
all
Get
I
that
got.
band money. Get that band money.
That's all I got.
Better show up for practice. I know where you live.
So
I know where you live.
Have y'all ever started the writing process of a song with drums, and then based on what drums were being played, then a riff arose out of that?
It trades off, I would say, but it's like very 50-50. Like it's either guitar or drums. It's not really. What's up?
Sorry, there's definitely songs that where you've been like trying to like verbalize guitar riffs to me that you think would be good, and then I'm like trying to verbalize drum riffs that I think would be good.
Yeah, and then we just fucking figure it out. We're like, okay, how about this? Okay, yeah, how
Well,
about
it's
this?
kind of
That
how the
sounds
new
fucking
one,
good.
or the one that we're writing started, right? You wanted to do Black Speed, and we finally actually tied down, and we were like, okay, let's give Graham what he wants.
Oh, so nice.
Yeah, that's the goal.
He had to fight for it for so long, so I mean, it was steep hill to climb.
Yeah, we've really, I don't know what y'all talked about like style wise like before, but pretty much now we're like trying to be like death and thrash is like the two we're trying to combine. So we say we're death thrash. We've kind of gone through a lot of different like genres. We like started out like when we were like in high school when we formed, it was like new metal, and then we were like groove metal, and then we were like thrash metal, and then we were like, okay, we want to like maintain that, we want to go a little heavier. And then when we got Eric, we're like, okay, yeah, these vocals will sound fucking sweet when we get like heavier, like so a lot more like gutturals, like more blast beats, so that's kind of what we're going for. So we started kind of trekking into that with Aztec. Scarred Faith, our single we just released, is actually an older song that's been written for a few years now, like fucking 4 years now. But people just really like it, so we just decided to record it finally and release it. But we figure it's close to like our new stuff that we're getting, like with Aztec. So that's the kind of vibes we're trying to go for the new stuff. So a lot like faster riffs, but still maintaining a lot of slower groovy parts, especially slower breakdowns, more blast beats, more double kick, like more shredding, some more guitar solos and shit. So yeah.
There's one thing about Graham is he likes to play fast.
Oh
yeah, I like to play fast.
Probably as most drummers.
So,
Yeah.
so you slow drummers better watch the fuck out.
We so fast, you won't see us coming.
Fast and technical that boy is.
That's honestly that's been one of my favorite parts about playing with KUDU was like you don't really notice it in the moment.
Hell yeah, some Aztec.
Can y'all hear that? Okay.
No.
That's pretty loud.
Towering inside toes, warrior set forth aside, slaughtering all who oppose, laying the village to waste. The army chosen, the sacrifice must be made. You have been chosen. Wait until you come, there's no escape. Here comes the blade in your chest. Soft tissue will be sliced. Back placed upon the stone. Lay off the fighting with your life. You have now been down. Oh, raging God. Oh, rage from your chest. Until my death is so red.
Here's the very Slayer riff.
You have been chosen. Sacrifice the flesh will feed all the children. You have now suffered. A fate equal to none. Your blood burn for the gods. Devoured by the evil of the sun. This is Aztec human Ritual victim flickering. Our response is recompense of death. Painting sacred stairs of black and red.
Oh, it's perfect. Let's turn it down.
Dude, I know that's their own song, but like, I fucking love that song, dude.
It's just sick.
That song was fantastic.
So explain the lady scream in the middle.
Yeah, I particularly enjoyed that high-pitched pig squeal scream.
That was what's your secret? What's your secret?
For what
the Aztec whistle?
What? That wasn't your singer saying that? You can scream like a girl.
Scream like a bitch.
I don't know anyone who could hit that note. That would be crazy.
That would be fucking cool. That was some fucking Eric. Where'd you get that fucking whistle from? It's like legit. It's not like a fucking one of those stupid Amazon ones.
Yeah, it's a real.
It's not an Amazon whistle. I mean, admittedly, I did try to get one of those, and the sound just wasn't right. There's a fucking TV whistle. There's a vendor in Traders Village in Grand Prairie. He specializes in metaphysical items, different, I guess just metaphysical items. So like in Mexican culture, La Santa Muerte is a really big part of what he sells there. but all kinds of things, different statues and crystals and whatever. I was there one day just looking around, and I noticed he had whistles. I was like, "What are these?" He's like, "They're death whistles," and I was like, "Let me get one." So I got one, and it was originally just from like a point of curiosity. I got it, I fucked around with it, and I was like, "This is really cool. I really enjoy how this sounds." It really is the kind of thing that would make like your spine tingle if you heard that in the middle of the night on a walk or something.
Yeah.
I took it back to the band, and I go, "We need to put this in a song," and they're like, "Let's do it." And then like that on top of everything I discussed about the original upbringing of Aztec, the song, it all just kind of got combined into one idea, writing a song about what it would have looked like to be a part of / witness one of these sacrifices, but with the inclusion of that whistle. I mean, that was a really big part. Raiding parties would go out in the middle of the night, and you'd hear those whistles in hundreds. Now, if you ask me, that is a haunting sound to imagine. You're sitting at home with your family about to sleep, and you hear hundreds of those whistles go off. No, you know it's over.
What if they were whistling
But,
like a certain tune? Like all of them were like,
I'm haunted now.
I'd be like, holy shit.
that whistle, originally, I didn't know where to get one. I originally tried to do the scream myself. That was not a good idea. It was very difficult. There's a part in the song where I did try it, but it's just too high. I can't do it.
I gotta say, it's a very intricate song. It's almost like metal. It's almost like metal jazz odyssey. I'm wondering, how long did it take to write that song?
It's a weird one. Yeah.
Fuck. You fucking you tell him.
Okay.
Probably. I mean,
Sorry.
lyrically, probably a couple months. Instrumentally, as the song as a whole, probably longer than that.
It took like a fucking year before it was ready to like fucking play. But that's like also partially due to the fact that we were still like in between, you know, it was at a point where we had our previous vocalist, and then we were going through our period getting our new vocalist, getting, you know, well, fucking Eric, getting them to get our songs, get our set down so we could kind of start playing shows again and then write new shit. But so we didn't have a lot of time to really, you know, we weren't working at it every fucking day for a year, but realistically, like a full year. But we sat down for, I don't know, maybe like 3 months to like really write that one, because we kept having a lot of different song ideas for new material and our new sound that we knew we wanted, you know, that like more like death thrash sound. And then we figured out, hey, let's just put all of these. So if you're wondering why it's like, you know, a fucking gazillion chapters in the song, is because we had all these little song ideas. We're like, hey, let's just put them together into one giant song, make them flow together, come up with transitions. You know, that's why some kind of wrung out and just kind of had space, then went into a new section. Some were more like flowy. So that was kind of the process.
It's like a buffet. It's a buffet of metal.
Exactly. Exactly. We wanted to we really wanted a really strong, put our foot forward and be like, hey, this is our new sound.
Yeah.
You know, this is kind of everything you can expect from this new era of our band.
And I'll tell you right now.
And we love new eras, and so what has the fan reaction been?
They fucking love it. We haven't heard anyone say they don't love it.
So check it out.
That's wonderful. So I assume,
Dave, go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, so I assume because the fans like it, I assume the critics love it as well. I mean, they should.
Yeah.
Fans or critics?
I mean, I don't know. Everyone we had it made some like playlists, and it like really like bumped up our listeners. It really it got a lot of streams. Had a lot of people, you know, use it, and also just people that we knew like really loved it.
It is currently our most listened to song on all platforms. So the reception was
Boom, baby.
pretty good.
So a little background on that, by the way, to give these guys some badass credits here. We
Aw.
recorded that here at my living room, and they used no click.
Oh, what the fuck?
And they fucking did the whole thing in like 2 takes.
Dude, yeah.
Killed that.
No
Killed that
shit.
Well, yeah, we had been practicing it for quite a bit before that. So at that point, it kind of, it just felt like another practice session. Honestly,
Yeah.
like obviously we were recording, but we just I'd say out of all the bands that I've been in, and it hasn't been more than 10. This is the tightest I've ever sounded with any group of individuals. Every show is on point. There might be some like gear mixed up because of sound, but outside of that, pure playing, listening, everything, all that. When one of us speeds up, all of us speed up, or when one of us slows down, all of us slow down. And there's not even a nonverbal acknowledgement. It's just kind of we all accept, what each other's gonna do. The recording comes natural, especially for the album that we did before this. That one was really quick. I think we were recording 6 songs, but we were also friends with the guy, so we hung out for a little bit. Most of our time was hanging out.
Yeah. This new track, like it was a swift, it did take a whole day, but it was kind of grueling in the sense that the song kind of, at least for me, I feel like definitely for the rest of y'all, kicks my ass to fucking play. And we were playing that in the middle of summer, obviously, so we had to have, all that fucking AC and all the fans off to not mess with any of the fucking microphones. And just playing that song a few times in a row, like getting shit set up was kind of...
Yeah, it was pretty
I
raw.
feel like our best take, like my best take was where I was hot, I was pissed off, I felt like shit, and then I made the best take. And that's kind of was like I don't know, I feel like that was kind of went for all of us. Like, I had a few takes, and then we were kind of just like fucking tired. We were done with recording it. And then that came out as like our best take. And I feel like that's why it sounded super tight and it sounded like super aggressive. I feel like that like reflected, I don't know, how the conditions reflected in the track.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, I could definitely sense the grime. Hey, Ariel, whenever Brett gets off time, what do? Do you like flick him in the ear?
Oh my god, I give him a dirty ass look. I just stare that mother down. Love him though.
We try our best not to mention it.
Talk shit about him for a little while too. To his face.
Love you, Brett.
I'm kidding. I really do love him to death. I bust his balls on why he has to speed up all the time.
Of course, we tease our friends in the most ruthless and violent way. That's how we show that we love them.
Always.
So, are y'all just releasing singles, or is this building towards an album?
We don't. Yeah.
Well, we're trying to do singles for now because that's kind of unfortunately, that's kind of like the format of now and how you get the most traction, because it's not like you go into a store and buy a fucking record or buy a CD and you're going to listen to the whole thing. You're going to go on Spotify and look at the band's most popular song, listen to 10 seconds of it, and then you're fucking done. Yeah. So that's unfortunately the times we live in. So we're going to be doing some singles. And then unfortunately, hopefully when we get more traction, we're going to release a full-length album, of course, with new songs and the repeating songs from the singles that we put out.
Dig it. Y'all and many other bands, they feel the same way. Like singles are the way to go, and then maybe short together releases or something after the fact.
Yeah.
Let me ask you: do y'all still listen to full-length albums?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every musician better say yes.
Old ones, though. Not new ones. Old ones like Dynama, Lateralis. Those are good full lengths.
I still buy CDs.
Testament to Gathering, that's a good full length.
Oh, yeah.
The album.
Do y'all listen to any full lengths from bands that have come out over the last 10 years? Bands like I Speak or Ice Nine Kills or
Well, I
not
will tell
really?
you, maybe not the
yes. There's
maybe not the past 10 years, but sorry, go
yeah,
ahead.
there's a couple of new metal bands. I can't remember the name. I saw a show of them the other night. I have them on my Spotify recent, but I went to a show right before my birthday, and they had like a 15-minute set. It was like a promo, and I really liked the song that they chose, so I sat there and listened to the whole album, and it was all good. But I feel like you just kind of, if you're not agreeing with the whole tone of the band that you're listening to, it's kind of hard to sit through. I don't, like look at Pantera, for example. Like, not everybody likes Great Southern Trendkill because there's stuff, like Hell's Wrath, and then you switch to I don't know, like Southern Trendkill, the title track. You know what I mean? Like, it's two different.
Such a slept on album.
Yeah,
honestly.
but it's but it's so different. They do different tones and stuff in that same album. So I guess really, if you're trying to grab like an audience, or even put your foot on the ground, you kind of have to stick to a general similar tone. You can't be as experimental with your albums, not starting off at least.
Yeah.
Tell me, how many singles of a band do you hear and like before you like the band?
Usually one.
Yeah.
For me, it's like 2 or 3.
It's that one, and then you're like, oh, I gotta hear what the rest of this shit sounds like.
Yeah, it depends on if you find that one. Like, if I find a band where I'm like, I don't know how I feel about this song, but then I find a song where I'm like, holy shit. You know what I mean? It could take 1 or 2, but yeah, it's that one that makes you fucking go like, I need to listen to the rest of this album, and it's usually good. But that's how, like, there's an album by the Scorpions. What's it called, Graham? It's that one it's called Taken by Force. It's like their early 70s shit.
Was Sales of Karen or?
Yeah, with Sales of Karen.
Yeah.
It's called Taken by Force, and it's like a no skip album for me. I listened to it all the way through, but I remember Graham showed me the Sales of Karen. And
that's the Scorpions record.
Yeah, and I was like, holy shit, that song is fucking badass. And then the whole record is badass.
Really rough.
I love the Scorpions.
Yeah, but yeah.
I can say the first time I heard Life to Lifeless by Killswitch, I was hooked after that. That was the song.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this band? What is this rhythms?
Yeah.
What is this rhythms? Probably the newest one metal wise, I'd say, is Of Mice and Men, The Flood.
Okay.
That's like I really don't like the new metal bullshit that's coming out, all the white belt shit. But that one, like, their guitar tone is just so punchy, and like from the first track to the last track, it's like, yeah. They'll throw in like a weird part every now and then, which you're like, all right, turn it down for a second. You turn it back in, and the next riff is, like, it's just killer. Very confusing, but very good band.
Of Mice and Men.
Of Mice and Men, yeah. They're not the greatest on the other albums. For some reason, that one album, The Flood, is probably their favorite for me. Like, that's their most metal.
Okay, I'll check it out.
Storm73 said, "Word up, The Flood is a badass album."
I see.
Hell yeah.
Hey,
it's
friend.
fucking sick. It's pretty sick.
Tell me, with the recent buzz being created by Knocked Loose on Jimmy Kimmel and Gojira on the Olympics, have y'all noticed a boost in fan participation in y'all shows or in the shows that y'all have been to since then?
At least I've noticed that a lot of people that, so like with Knocked Loose, I've noticed a lot of people that they've appealed to a lot of people that are like, no matter, they could be, 10, 20, 50, and they've never listened to any like really like hard music, but they like gravitate towards it because they've gone really mainstream. And, a lot of people there's also a lot of, people I know that love like Knocked Loose and Kublai Khan and stuff, and they don't know, they don't really like metal, but they like that. But we have noticed that with the hardcore scene, on the rise, and like, you know, that Kimmel performance really helped that out. And even like Gojira too, with the Olympics, a lot more people are starting to listen to metal in turn. But we've noticed with our shows, we've gotten a lot more participation and more like people come to our shows that are like in the hardcore scene that are like, oh, I saw that on TV and I like this music and I'm getting into like heavier shit. And then, you know, we're like, hey, you might like our music, or they might start to go in the shows and they see that we're in a band and they really like it. So we've seen, honestly, like we've really meshed with the like hardcore scene, because we've had a lot of people. We have a lot of people that are, you know, usually strictly into grindcore, strictly into hardcore. They don't really listen to like metal. That they love our shit, and that's like the ultimate compliment.
Speaking of fan participation, left pass shout out here. The Feral Angels have been doing a good job of keeping the metal scene pretty populated. So shout out to them for their participation.
There's always somebody at a show, no matter what.
For sure.
Feral Angels and everyone, every last one of you motherfuckers that do anything to enjoy the local music in Dallas, Fort Worth, are kick fucking ass.
Yes, sir.
There's just one podcast, Blow Your Brains Out. They're pretty good too.
I was like, oh yeah.
Oh shucks. You're
That's
sweet.
us.
I rarely see them on
I'm
the
not gonna
show.
lie, you're pretty easy on the eyes.
Oh, bro, I come out.
Just saying.
All the people out.
We used to, hey, you know what? We used to throw kick-ass shows when we had a venue, but something happened.
Yeah, unfortunately.
C'est la vie. Maybe the new hangar
So
bar
if
could
that-
be the
if-
new it place.
I hear they need to get
Or
a
if
PA.
there are any really rich fans out there that are listening to the show right now, could you please reopen Diamond Gym so we can throw shows there again?
Or a mansion party.
Mansion party.
Yeah.
Who do you know owns a mansion?
Rich people.
Do you know any rich people? I don't.
Not in Texas. I know rich people.
But I'm rich with love and friends.
Reopen
and I
Diamond
take that
Gym.
someday.
Rich bastard. We need a rich fat bastard to reopen Diamond Gyms.
Yeah. Or at the very least, like, somebody should reopen Division 1. It's been laying dormant for like 20 years. Like, nobody has, but it's been literally closed for 20 years, and it's prime location. It's right at the corner of Browning and Division. You can see both stadiums from right where it is, and it's nothing but open parking lot behind it. You could have sick, amazing shows there, and I know you can because we used to 20 years ago. You know, back in my day.
Is that in Arlington?
Hey, Dave, look on the screen here. Jared of Kill House says that Kill House would do a Blow Your Brains Out show.
Fuck yeah. Kill
Well,
House is
Jared and I
gonna
need to
be
do
badass.
that.
I want that to happen.
Have you guys seen the new Kill House video?
Yes.
No.
What?
We need to talk to somebody at Trees and line that up.
Trees?
At Haltom Theater.
You know what? I guess it's the Rail now, but the Rail Club's been really like, you know, ever since like Ethan bought it, you know, shout out to Ethan Massey, ever since he bought it, and he kind of just revamped everything, you know, like they're having a lot of like good shows now, and it's a lot of, you know, he's really bringing like the younger audience too.
That is kick ass. Well, I hope he's a listener. Shout out to the Rail.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks for doing the shows, and glad that you guys have another venue to play there in Fort Worth.
Yes,
the
sir.
Rail Club.
Yeah. Tell me, do we have any more music from our wonderful guests before we hit the concert calendar?
Shit,
I don't think I have any more music. Y'all tell me, do I have more music?
We just put out Scarred Faith, the one I mentioned before. That one's you know, all platforms. Actually, well, except for Bandcamp, if that counts. But all other platforms, Scarred Faith is on there. That's the one we just put out, that older one I mentioned earlier that we recorded.
That one time at Bandcamp.
The silence is deadening.
Your silence is deafening.
Hey. So by the way, while he's here, I fit the theme. My band fits the theme tonight of meeting musicians. Since KUDU got so busy being badass, Graham had to part ways with Descent.
Yeah.
Aww.
Oh,
I'm sorry, Mike.
well, shit.
So we need we're in
Sorry,
need of a
man.
band now also.
Okay.
All right, so
I'll hit up
BYBO
Descent.
fans,
Descent's a
this is a PSA for everybody out there. Mason Adams needs a keyboardist. KUDU needs a bassist, and Descent needs a drummer. All right, I know y'all are out there. Go check these wonderful bands out and be a part of DFW musical history.
Hey, if y'all need to hear some of Descent, Mr. Mike, I will be seeing you on Sunday. I'm helping
Mike.
fill in for Descent on this Sunday at the Deep Ellum Art Fest, something like that. So if y'all want to come see what Descent's about and kind of check it out, you could see us come play down there.
That's right. Graham's gonna be helping me out this Sunday.
Yeah, man, of course.
We got booked at the Art Fest Sunday night, 3:15, on the Gateway stage.
Dude.
And none of my
Really?
bands make it, so Graham's gonna help me out.
I thought
Graham's
the
gonna
Deep
come rip
Ellum
it. You guys
Art-
gotta see
I-
half
I thought they-
have to sing Cloverfield.
When did they start doing metal bands again?
I don't know. Somehow
They
we got
said-
on it. So I was like, oh shit, I guess we got to do this show.
Well, they need like a lot of bands, and I think like 100 applied and all 100 made it. We made it, but our guitarist is out of town on Friday, so we're not playing.
Damn it, Ben.
I know. F you, Ben.
All right, everybody. Against all odds, needs a guitarist.
For Sunday, for the weekend.
For the weekend.
Guitars for the weekend.
Right.
That'll give me heart failure. There's not enough time to practice.
Talk about anxiety, right?
Oh God.
There's the, who are those guys?
Ooh. This looks sexy.
Killer. Those guys look old as fuck.
Move.
Is that Graham back there? That's Graham back there.
That's Graham.
The most hidden drummer in the world. He's busy doing his thing.
Check out that pile of skulls.
You know, those
right
guys
there.
have seen some shit.
Some shit. You guys should see our new prop.
I love props.
It's fucking cool. Mike, you want to tell them what it is?
Here. I might be able to. Let me see if I can. I can't take my laptop outside. Let me see if I can do this.
Kalima.
You don't see this?
Kalima.
Wait.
Gotcha.
Oh, is it a skull hand flicking us off?
Hell yeah, but it's automated. Watch, you ready?
Dang.
That's our salute.
That
to the
is
fans that don't come
killer.
to shows in Dallas. If you stay home in Dallas, that's your salute. You know what I'm saying?
Well, cheers to you all.
All right, well, let's get on with this concert calendar. So let's go over the thingy thing.
Okay.
Thangy thing.
Well, before we do, let me just ask KUDU, starting from the top and work our way down. Gentlemen, how would you like to be remembered?
That's a good question.
Hopefully a fucking good band that, people think we're also some pretty chill guys, I guess. That's the goal.
Yeah, I'd say we'd probably want to come across as your like people that you can hang out and party with and have a beer with. Like, you see all the pictures and videos of like Pantera, like Dime and Vinny all partying and just with people and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And it's like everyone around DFW that was alive around then, like, has a story about being with them. So we want to be like that. You know what I mean? Like partying with all our fans or shit like that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, we even have a little fucking swearing in process if you're part of the band, that we have to night you in with a beer bottle and then you have to chug it in a certain time or else you're not in the band.
Yeah, you get executed like immediately on the spot.
Yeah.
Well, it sucks that they had to depart, but Thomas and Eric, thank y'all very much for being a part of the panel. Wish them well, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
All right, so what's going on in the Metroplex?
Yeah.
Is it an AI song? Somebody else say it tonight.
Let's have some fucking fun.
There it is. It's the Cannabis Carnage 2025, April 19th at the Hangar Bar and Grill in Greenville, Texas.
Be there or be square.
Hell yeah.
Be Cannabis Carnaged.
Show starts at 4:20. We go on
You
at
guys,
10.
you guys all night?
No, I wish. That would be so much fun. No, we play at 10.
Cool.
They're playing multiple sets.
They actually need one more metal band to play at 9 if anyone's interested.
Metal band, ready at 9. The
I know
Hangar
some
Grill.
metal bands.
Yeah.
Wait.
Turn it up.
Hey, I would just like to say, I've been on the show for 2.5 years. I think Ariel is either here for 2 years or we're coming up on 2 years for your anniversary, I think, Ariel. We have concert calendared hundreds, if not thousands of bands. And may I just say, thank you